Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what to do. Y'all have done this for pretty much all of ReZero and a majority of all the other animes together. Hi, YouTube. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. You guys are pretty much getting an anime upload uh, daily for the most part, if not a video or something going uploaded. Which I will be honest, I'll be 110% honest. I never knew how much memory was important until I started doing this kind of stuff. And now I have to delete, upload, delete, upload, delete, upload, delete a bunch because, yeah, it fills up pretty quickly. But anyway, yeah, and especially for those of you guys that are sharing it on Reddit, not just this one, but Moshiko Tensei and all the other ones that we're doing, hope you guys are having fun. I know I'm having fun, and I hope you guys are practicing some self care. Let's just jump into it. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to hide. Let's just go into it. If you guys, what I'm curious about, and this is just like a general thing, is because what I'm noticing is like every 3 episodes or so, we're actually getting, or 2 episodes rather, well said, especially with Senjogahara, right? Like a new character arc. So it's funny because I'm listening to the theme song and it's hitting hard. So are we just gonna consistently get like 5 or 6 character arcs throughout the entire thing, or are we gonna go back and like sort of touch on the background as to what's happened that led here? Or is that another Atari series that I'm just like shooting in the dark of? Oh, average arc is true. Makes sense.
さんみたいな何の権力も持たない未成年の一市民なんて指先一つでポポイのポイです。
God damn.
指先一つか。そりゃ怖いな。ところで八九時、PTA とは何の略なんだ？
Parent Teachers Association, or what do we? What do we?
PTA というのは Parent Teacher
Let's
Association と
go.
略し、
Let's
親
go.
と教師に対する優位で、
Oh,
定
that's
期
killing
警
me.
官的欠陥形成術とやと教師の会で正解でしょう。
へえ、戦場があらさすがに博学だな。
All right. You know, the more that I'm thinking about this, the more normal it seems, especially because we're like invested in the characters and what's happening. Just, I don't know how to put it. Okay, let me start by reorganizing my thoughts. Number one, I think this is probably one of the best ways that I can say, like, just in terms of transitions and actually making even walking interesting. Like, this is one of the few shows that I can actually say that, like, uh, how would I put it? Like walking is even made with a purpose and interesting, and like there's a weird dynamic to it. And even when Senja Kohara is walking ahead, and like the way, like the beat and rhythm that she's walking to is significantly more powerful compared to his rhythm and his own beat. It's insane to even think about the small things like that, and the transitions that are actually there is out of this mind, like out of this world, all like all together, and it fits so well. And the why am I throwing this out there? Is because for those of you guys that weren't here, we watched Clanad, right? And you can tell sort of like the older forms of what they thought transitions and like, wasting time, not time, but like space per se looked like, as opposed to like having meaningful scenes in every single scene per se, right? Not that there's anything bad with Clanad whatsoever or anything like that. It's just really interesting to see the evolution of where the transitions like have come from, where they go. And I know Bakemonogatari is probably an insane example to go ahead and use because it is a dialogue heavy show, you know. But with something like that, what I was trying to refer to is especially referencing like a supernatural entity such as, this cow snail thing. Um, I don't know, just like the amount of trust, the amount of reactions that you must have, like seeing that your friend, your partner, whatever, is talking to no one. That's that that's just huge. So, yeah, I imagine like walking around and then hearing this conversation that your friend is having or partner's having to themselves, and then like questioning whether or not it's okay. Hi masters, but yeah, like that's probably like one of the biggest things to go for that. All widgets have been approved. I don't know why it's not doing it. It's a bit weird. Give me a second. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know how else to do that without like distracting. I'll do it after Monogatari and then see how we go from there, yeah? Just so that way like it doesn't take up too much of that time. But yeah, that's probably the best way I can put it. Thanks, Miku. Like there's so much to go ahead and like just take apart from that and so much to go from there, rather well said.
あなたが戦国被災なだけよ、荒木くん。
時に八九時。
なんでしょう、荒木さん。
この住
Wow,
所の
okay,
場所には一体何があるんだ
we get it. It's Mother's Day, y'all.
話しません。黙秘権を行使します。
ほーんで、どういう知り合いなんだ？
親戚です。
し
I'm surprised that like he's actually hasn't gotten lost already, and i.e. Senjigahara is still there waiting. All things considered, I don't know. I would feel like an into the void type being would like get you easily lost and distracted from even your friends, you know? So super interesting. Maybe it's just because it's like a friendly being, friendly whatever. That like, you know, we're not seeing any of this like dark attribute or anything that goes through with it. But yeah, no, I just wonder like, and I hope it's not this way because it's gonna be fucking sad. Say that this like, you know, you're trying to find this person's way back home, way back wherever they're like searching for, building, Walmart, wherever it is, right? And you get there and it's just like nothing's been there for like hundreds of years, or it's destroyed, or even worse if you actually get to see someone and like, you know, it's sort of like a weekly thing that happens. That would be terrifying. To go ahead and throw into a Monogatari series in general, like, yeah, this is my dark brain. This is how you know it's real.
言い間違いをすることくらいはあります。それとも荒木さんは生まれてから一度も噛んだことがないというのですか？
ないとは言わないが、少なくとも人の名前を考え
Damn, quite literally like walking at a snail's pace, yeah?
バスガス爆発と3回言ってください。
それ人の名前じゃないじゃん。
いえ、人の名前です。知り合いに3人ほどいます。ですから、もう一度住所を教えてくれる？
まあいいけど、
どうも行き過ぎてしまったようね。
そうなの？
Oh no. Oh no, guys. If this doesn't exist.
この程度のことで責めたりはしないよ。
そう。
Don't tell me it's starting to affect her too. Oh no.
お前、なんでそこまで戦場ヶ原のことビビってんだ？
See, being lost is maybe the journey we made along the way, right? The friends we made along the way. Maybe that's it.
さすがにそんなことはないとは思うが。
だけどだからって私があんなに下手に出てしまうだなんて、それが私はショックでショックで、以来子供と呼ばれるものは人間であるなんである憎しみを持って向かうように心がけて
Fair enough. Let me go ahead and state this out there. Yo, kids aren't for everyone. 110%. If you guys don't like kids, you guys don't like kids. Don't like. I don't know how to put it. Like, it's okay. It's okay to not like, you know, want to try and bring kids into this world. I know that there are a lot of people out there that try and like push certain cultures like on you that like, you know, you have to have kids by a certain age or do this or do that. No, it's totally okay if you don't like kids, if you don't want to go ahead and like go through that route or route in general. You know, totally. I know this pause is amazing, but but yeah, no, just be okay with that. And something that's been crossing my mind is like the more and like the stronger of a relationship that like this little child is doing with Ara Ara, the more that it seems like, I don't know, like they're getting stuck in mazes, you know, like it's sort of like a bigger and bigger journey inside of someone's head that they've already been lost in for a while, if that makes any sense. What psychological principles apply to that? Well, there's a lot that can go ahead and apply to that. I'm not going to dive into it, especially with Bakemonogatari, or just because I said Boku, like Boku no Pico, Bakemonogatari, because, like, yeah, we could probably stay here all night trying to analyze, like, every single word that is said, which is not my style, and nobody ever, even, like, the most genius therapist, whatever, is not going to take every single word for granted, you know? That's exactly what I was about to say. Just put it on your GPS. There we go.
私は嬉しくもなんともないわ。 むしろ悲しくなってくるくらいだもの。
そうですか。
っていうか、その子と二人きりになんてしないで。
So I wonder, this is gonna sound really fucked up, but I wonder if there's a range on this kid. Like, you know, the closer you are to this entity, the more that you're willing to get lost, as opposed to like, you know, just like having any interaction with this like kid type thing. Maybe that's the difference, or maybe I don't know. Like I try, like at this point, I'd try like 101 things. Like, is it like, you know, we have to stay maybe 30 feet apart, and maybe that's what would help. I don't know. Maybe, you know, walk in a formation where it's like Senju Gahara first, the kid, and then him without them being so close attached. Something like that. This is just like blowing my mind because the concept of like she has a yeah, I mean it's like a UAV, right? It's like how much can this UAV cover? Does it cover the entire map? Does it cover only some of the map? If you turn on the GPS and say that like you're standing right next to a store, right? If you type in the location of the store, does the GPS still not work? And if that case, how far away do you have to be for the GPS to work? Then you can make an assumption off of something like that. So smart movements, I think, overall, but just really interesting. It's a really interesting concept overall.
別に今日が母の日だからということではないです。お母さんの家は機会さえあればいつでも来たい場所ですから。
But do you get lost all the time, or what's up?
だけど何度訪ねてもいつでもたどり着けませんけれど。
Then do you go back to dad?
あったというかよくわかりませんが。
怖い顔になってるよ、荒らぎくん。
Oh no. Why is this getting worse?
びっくりしたみたいな顔になったね。まあそっちの方がいいかな。
You know what you remind me of, now that like the more I'm paying attention to you?
暇つぶしっていうか。
Like she reminds me of one of those like extremely curious individuals that like always, because like of their curiosity, they always get into trouble. Like I'm not sure if that makes sense. Like just the way the questioning her, like the head tilts, pretty much everything from like the interaction from the first episode, even to now, and sort of the hatred. Yeah, it's weird. It is such a weird concept to go ahead and throw out there, but it's like I don't know. It's weird. I just have this weird thing that I'm like,
私家居づらいからさ、日曜日は散歩の日なのよ。
what are you, a cat or something?
気使いすぎだと思うけ
You
ど。
don't like staying at home, so you go for walks?
ね、ところで荒らぎくん。かわいいね、まよいちゃん。いやん、ほんと食べちゃいたいくらい。あ、でもね、お兄ちゃんの手いきなり噛んだりしちゃダメじゃない。
Real quick, if Senju Gahara came back and was like the only odd one out, how would this like, I don't know, proceed? How is this going to continue? Is there going to be like hatred, like, you know, are we going to have like a full-on battle out here, or what's up? What are we doing here?
ね。ほら、ごめんなさいわ。いや、知らないわ。
羽川でも知らないことがあるんだな。
言ったでしょ。私が知ってるのは。
Damn, okay. My mind is racing too fast for this now.
ああ、そう。
期待に添えず申し訳ないね。
いやいや。
Is it maybe
バイバイ。
only particular individuals can see the creature if they are lost in their own world as well? Or what are we talking about here? How does this work?
5月14日日曜日14時15分30秒。戦場ヶ原の携帯番号を入手した瞬間だった。
Oh, my dude. My dude.
そういう意味じゃないよ、タグ。荒らぎくん、自分のことと委員長ちゃんとつねちゃんと3つ立て続けに会議を解決しちゃったもんだから、ちょっと調子こいちゃったんじゃないの？荒らぎくんが僕を信頼してくれているほどには、ツンデレちゃんは僕を信頼
This
してくれている
animation,
わ
what
け
the
じゃない
fuck?
から。
Alright.
迷い牛対策はツンデレちゃんに伝えておくからさ。荒らぎくんはそこでそのままじっとしててよ。
What is it? He has to like ditch her or
大丈
something?
夫なのか？戦場ヶ原の時の儀式み。
Bruh.
どういうことだよ。
Alright, I'll wait. I have a couple
というわ
thoughts
け
on
だ、
this.
八九なんとかなりそうだぞ。
印象としては あまりなんとかなりそうな会話ではありませんでしたが。
Oof.
それ
Okay.
はともかく荒木さん、
なんだよ。
私はお腹が空いていますよ。
Nope. 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 Pause. Nope. Okay. So one of the big things that I was questioning throughout this entire thing in general is like, what does it mean to actually carry something like this? And one, if there was like a spirit of a child or just a child in general around that you can't tell the difference between reality, entity, or whatever, would you help it? They look normal to you guys. Would you actually go out of your way to help something or someone like this? Yeah or nay? Ugh. Because like it is such an interesting and like hard topic to go ahead and breach. Probably not. Damn, you went savage mode there. Probably not. Which I mean, fair enough, right? No, I don't want to go talk to random people. Okay, but what if they approached you? Like, you know, say that you were sitting down and this child approached you and asked you for directions. Yeah. Which is like the scary part, right? Like, would you guys be okay with situations like that? And it's a hard. Maybe if they approach me, then yeah. And then how far would you guys be willing to go to help this individual? And it sounds weird, I know. It sounds maybe even annoying for the most part, but the best way that I can put it out there and just like I don't know, like if she bit my finger, I would yeah. But like, you know, how long would you guys go with before you were like, you know, like walking and whatnot, and like your phone's not working when you're with this individual? You try and find like their place and it's not showing up. They keep saying that they're around there, but you don't know that. Like, you know, what do you guys do? Because like for me personally, I feel like, and it's gonna sound fucked up, and I know it's gonna sound fucked up immediately. After a little while, I'm probably done. You know, yeah, probably try and find the police or something. But after a little while, if it's not popping up, hey, it's not popping up. You know, I'm sorry. We did the best we could. So yeah. Maybe in a couple of minutes, go to the authorities. Okay, and let's continue with this. Say that you decide to, I don't know, like you're sitting there and the girl you like leaves, or like the girl that's flirting with you leaves, and then another girl comes over, or another individual comes over and starts flirting with you as well. One of them can see them, one of them can't. How do you explain what you're seeing? Real questions, especially to those that like don't believe you, because there's gonna be a lot of people in there that actually do not believe anything you're saying for whatever reason, you know? Yeah, it's hard. It is a hard thing to even like touch on. Just in general. Huh. Why is it not popping up here? Then I know I'm hallucinating. At that point, yeah. He has an upcoming movie for Super Seducer. Must have accidentally consumed LSD. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's wild. But anyway, for those of you that were like, you know, expecting, I don't know, it's really hard. It's such a hard concept, like, because Bakemonogatari is so like dialogue heavy, to go into like every single specifics that might take a lot longer, and I might go ahead and do that like as soon as this arc is done and wrap up the arc regarding the snail whenever it finishes up, like the psychology behind why it's important to even like touch on certain things, aspects like this, like i.e. asking for help or not over relying on your friends or anything like that, you know? So we might go ahead and do that once the arc is over, because it's very hard to just like touch on certain things. So some things like can be very obvious, and other things it's like, huh. Anyway, for those of you on YouTube, yeah, sorry for the distraction. Definitely hope that you guys have a great day. Practice some self-care. We'll be going more in depth as we keep going through it. Just remember to like, this is one of those series where it's really, really interesting and intriguing to go on deep, but it's also really, really hard to not just edit, but to also talk about some of the concepts without going into like 2 years worth of explanation as to what it means specifically, to develop certain boundaries and friendships and attachment styles and why that attachment style is there and whatnot. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next anime. Thank you guys for being here, practicing self-care, and we'll see you guys next time.